you can click on the keyframes down here and move them to increase time, and you can see the frames right here represented by small little dots. Let's zoom in on it. If you use your mouse middle mouse button, you can zoom in on the, if you scroll, you can zoom in on the comp instead of having to use the zoom tool. So that's a quick shortcut. I don't use the zoom tool as much when I can do it like this. And if you hold down the middle mouse button and click, you can use your hand tool, which is useful when you're zoomed in. But you can see how there's more dots in between than on this side because I moved the keyframe farther apart than this side. So if you grab your keyframe and move it back to where it was and you hold shift, it'll snap back to where your current time indicator is, which is this red line on your timeline. So if I move it over here, move it, hold shift, it'll snap to that. Control Z to send it back to where it was. And remember, we had this on 2 seconds, so I'll get it on 2 seconds. You can always check to see if you have it on the right time over here on the left. Snap the keyframe over. Alright, now we're back to where we were. Zoom back out so you can see everything. And let's see, there you go with that. Now, other things you can do with keyframes, you can click and alter the keyframe up on here with the selection tool, or the arrow tool as I like to call it, as you probably noticed. And you can change the position of the keyframe. So let's go to this keyframe on the end here with the current time indicator. So you can move it, and then you can see down here, watch that area, and you can see that the position changes. Let's see, hit Control Z twice to, or a few times to send it back to what it is. Control Z does undo if you don't remember. Another way to move your keyframe would be moving these slider points right here. So if you click and hold and drag, you can move up the different axes. Do it for this one. And sometimes if you're really far away, or the canvas is really big, moving across takes, up and down with these, takes forever. So you can click on it and type in something, type in a number. That works. But maybe you're not sure what exactly the position is that you, the coordinates are. So you can hold shift and drag, and it drags it way faster. See? Alright, Control Z. These buttons down, or these numbers here, stand for the X and Y coordinates. X means left and right, and Y is up and down on an axis. See, left and right for X, and up and down for Y. See, other ways to move. Oh, there is another way, but I highly don't recommend it. Let's see if it's in layer. You click on layer up here at the top, then you can go to transform, and you can do this with all these different transform options. Click on position, and then you can manually type in. You have percentages, which are, honestly, I never use this way because it's just, you have to know the exact coordinates. But if I know the exact coordinates, I'm just going to type them in down here. Now, if you're scrubbing across and with your current time indicator, and he's not seeming to move, and you may want to check and see if you have this button clicked, which is the live update. The warning pops up. I don't need this warning anymore. Now when I try to scrub across, he doesn't move. There's a little troubleshooting there in case that happens. Sometimes this kind of stuff happens when you're starting a program and you don't really know what to do. So there you go. But if you have live update unchecked, you move to a certain keyframe, it will update at the end. It just doesn't scrub with you. See? And that's pretty good right now for learning about the keyframes. There's more about keyframes that I can teach you in the next tutorial or a later tutorial. So this is a good place to stop, and looking forward to seeing you guys at the next tutorial. Thank you. Always save it. Make sure you guys save. Alright, bye.